Hi.
All right. Hi there. I'm Theresa Gilliard-Cook. I am the Associate Director of Instructional Design here at SUNY Oswego. And in this session, we're going to look at the online learning compliance and basic expectations at SUNY Oswego document. But also within the document, we point to Oswego's version of the OSCQR rubric. And then we also, in this document, we provide specifically which standards in OSCQR each one of these components are where there's correlation. So basically with this presentation, it's just going to be, I'm just going to bring up the documents and at least be able to show you where they will be. This document that I'll be using is a copy of the original, which is currently linked on our website. We'll probably just do a couple of more tweaks just to make sure spelling and all of that is correct. And then this will become the document that will be available on our website. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and make it full size. Oops, sorry about that. That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh, good grief. All right, I'm going to stop sharing because I lost it real quick. I'm sorry.
No worries.
You think I don't know what I'm doing, you know? That was funny. All right, there we go. I found it. I'm going to just expand it and then I'll share it. So basically what I'm sharing is a Google Doc that we can walk through. There we go. So this is, like I said, a copy of the document that is available on our website. And can you see it okay? I mean, do I need to increase the font size?
Oh, it should be okay. You could do the
Yeah.
green button to make it bigger, like the whole thing, but
That's okay. We can do that. Is that better?
that's good, yeah.
Okay. I'd rather people be able to see it. So this document was created last year, and it was provided out to all the deans and then passed down to the department chairs for each department. So many of our faculty should have seen this document at one point or another. So we wanted to make sure that, you know, we talk about some basic compliances, basic expectations, but also wanted to provide how they link directly to the OSCQR rubric. So for example, during the course development, you know, asking for us for a template, which we have and we can provide, that actually links to OSCQR Standards 15, and I'll just go to the rubric. And here it is, the standard 15, and this is 15 in hours, which is a logical, consistent, and uncluttered layout is established. So basically using a template can allow that to happen because then it's more structured. And for faculty who have worked with us before, we've provided a template, and we do have it all laid out in a very structured manner, which makes it easier for our students to move forward. The other piece that goes along with this is that students are looking for consistency between courses. So by using a template, it makes it easier for students when they go from one class to another, particularly if they're online learners, to find all of the materials that they need. I'm going to go back to the document. I'm not going to go through every one. I'm just using this as an example. So in the case of item number 2, there are multiple standards that this one correlates with. because again, using a printable syllabus and providing those pieces that students need. So if we go and look at the OSCQR standards that are associated with this, which are 1 through 10, it talks about here, the welcome and the getting started, the orientation, which includes all of the pieces that students need, the printable syllabus. It contains the relevant links out to all of the college policies and other areas that it's good for students to know about. There's the resources. It also provides it in there, the type of course this is, whether it's asynchronous, synchronous online, hybrid, or high flex. In there also, as the instructor should be providing some guidelines for how students participate, outlining some of the course objectives, making sure that they're measurable and they're aligned to what you say you're going to do. Provides the instructor information and also provides within the syllabus the skills that and the tools that the students will need to be successful in the course. So this whole section, this first section, really has to do with what you should be doing during development. Also during development too, that's a great time to reach out to the instructional design team, because again, we're there to help support you. And even if you are looking for us to provide you support through the whole process or just through different things because maybe you have questions or are looking for a short consultation, we're happy to assist in any way we can. So the next section of this document is before the semester start. And these would be the things that you're doing, say, the 2 weeks before the semester starts. So, some of these items in here, such as requesting the course merge, doesn't have a place within the OSCQR rubric, but it's just something to think about because sometimes faculty will, because of a variety of different issues, will wait until the first week of classes to ask for a merge. And then that is difficult to do or really shouldn't be done because if there's graded work, that can all be lost. So we just encourage faculty to ask for that at least during preview week, if not sooner. We also encourage you to do your course copy as soon as you can. In case you make a mistake, we've had some faculty who will contact us and saying, I put my course in twice, I did the wrong course. And so, yes, we can assist in removing those pieces so that you can have the right material in there. And for example, in here, in items 3 and 4, there are specific OSCQR standards that these link to. So again, for setting up the grade book, so if we look at the OSCQR standard for that one, which is standard number 46, its learners should have access to a well-designed and up-to-date grade book. And the sooner you can do that, it's the better, because again, students do look for those types of things in there. It's also easy. It also should be easy for them to move, and to actually have to tweak or build your grade book while you're teaching can be problematic in that there's an opportunity for items to be lost. Okay. So at the start of the semester, there's a variety of things you should do. Make sure your course is open, create that welcome message, provide more information on response times and assignment feedback. So when would students get all of that? And again, item number 3, for example, it aligns with multiple standards. The same with 4 and 2. So again, these are different ways that you can just, with one piece, for example, having a welcome message, not only, if we go look at the rubric, I'm not going to flip real fast because I know sometimes that can make people feel queasy. But it demonstrates that the course has a welcome and getting started. And then the other piece, and it lines again back up to standard 46, which students will have access to the grade book. Again, with this during the term, these are the different things that you would be doing throughout the semester, reminding students of the different things that they would need to know, for example, for due dates, reminding them that, to ask the questions, reminding them that, whatever they have come due, the second one, when you're talking to your students, in that case too, you can also remind them of when you will grade and return all assignments. So for example, that assignments will be graded and returned to you within 7 days, for example. Sometimes less. You may also say something like that, longer assignments such as papers will maybe 10 days, 10 to 14 days. It's just really important that you tell your students when, you provide them, and when they need those assignments to build on for the next assignment, it's important that they get them back really quickly. But again, all of these pieces here align with all these different OSCQR standards. And I thought that would be helpful for people to see, so that when they are using this document to help guide them, they at least know, oh, okay, I can go look at that standard. So at this point, I'll just talk a little bit about Oswego's OSCQR rubric. And I want to just be clear, it's still a draft. I still need some feedback regarding how we set up the scoring, and I want to explain some of what we did and why. So Oswego's OSCQR rubric is in a table. And even though the original OSCQR rubric is not evaluative, we set this one up as evaluative because that was feedback we had gotten from quite a few faculty members. Felt that would be easier for them to use. We also created what I'm calling the essential version. And what that is it has less of the standards. It just has the standards that are deemed essential in the OSCQR rubric itself, not the important ones, but it still has 37 standards that are put there. There is a document for the OSCQR rubric. Uh-oh. What did I do? Uh-oh. Sorry. That we talk about what it is, what are the features, and then also it provides a link to that spreadsheet. In there, we talk about what it's that this version is something we customized, that we tweaked some of the standards to combine like standards. We also point out that within the standards, there are ones that are specific to RSI, regular and substantive interaction. And then there are ones that are specific for ADA, so that all students can benefit from these different components that need to be added to allow all students to be able to take part in any course. We also talk a little bit about the 6 sections. As you can see, the document is still in progress, but all of these documents will continue to be living, breathing documents that will be updated as frequently as necessary. So there are pieces that we still need to add or that may need to be moved or removed. This last part is the scoring that may be helpful to use. Because we have 47 items in that. Obviously, then it does not add up to 100. So I took groupings of the scores to provide ideas of what might be considered exemplary, what might be a course of sufficient quality to be offered, you know, what if a course is missing some critical elements, or if a course has missing elements and updates that could impact student success and satisfaction if the course is offered. Again, these are, this is definitely a place where I would love feedback, because it's not always easy when you have to figure out where your scale is. So this was just a thought. Again, I know other rubrics such as Quality Matters is based on a 100-point scale. I think it's been a while since I've looked at it. And being that I was trying to combine some of the elements, I thought it would be easier to bring it down a little bit, but we still have the 47 elements instead of 50. So I think it's important that instructors know that these materials are out there and these resources are available to help. We also do point to our website where a lot of our materials will reside as we build them, or there'll be links to some of the materials in the knowledge base through the college's help desk, because again, that's a good place to put it. It's easy to get to. If we have external items that point to those resources, it can be really helpful and easier for those things to be found. So, are there any questions or comments? I don't know. And, if you think this item is helpful or not helpful, what do we need to do differently? What should we add? What should we remove? And again, I realize you're only seeing this, and I'll make sure that you can get to it as soon as possible.
Yeah, Theresa, I have some questions, but I will likely wait till you are done with everything.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I wouldn't have asked if I wasn't at a point where we could certainly discuss
okay, the questions I have is actually with regard to online proctoring the exams.
Their online proctoring is, I think that's something we should take offline and discuss if need be. And also we may, what we've been suggesting to faculty who are considering it or using it is to have the conversations with their department chairs and their deans. Okay.
Yes, I understand that, but my department, as you know, mathematics, has always insisted that we give exams for the online courses through this private proctoring company, which you are aware of. But I have run into some problems. Okay, every semester, at least 3 students, sometimes 4 students actually complain their computer system is not compatible with the online proctoring software. So I decided to proctor them through Zoom during my free time. But when the students actually see this, when the other students actually see these makeup exams, they are complaining to me, hey, you are proctoring actually exams for some students, whereas when it comes to us, you are not doing it. You're asking us to go through the proctoring service, which normally charges anywhere from $12 to $15 per exam. So I'm sort of actually being accused, being actually as biased towards some students while, freely, proctoring actually the exams for others through Zoom.
Have
So-
you had conversation with your department chair or your dean?
I have had conversations with the dean and also with the department chair, but this has not gone anywhere.
Well, as I said, I think this is a conversation to take offline.
Yes, yes.
But again, one of the things that has been consistently put out there for our faculty and for our students is to find other ways to assess students and to not create barriers. And so that's the response we have been getting from Ramin in particular. So that's why I say this is a conversation we should take offline, but we always do.
Yeah, but the only question I have for you is this, is there a way I can actually hide the names of the students in whom I am proctoring online through Zoom so that others will not know who is actually being accommodated due to this compatibility issue with the proctoring software?
Okay, that's still another question we should probably take offline because that's very specific to
Yes,
a use case.
yes.
So,
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
great. Do you have any other questions about the materials that are here?
No, I don't have any other questions, and I've been working on this for the past 10 years.
I know.
These are the only 2 questions I had.
Okay. Jess, you have anything you would like to ask about or suggest?
I don't have any suggestions. I do have a comment of what I like. I do like how it's broken down by like starting here, like beginning the course, during course development. I like the breakdown there. It makes it, easily organizable for myself as a faculty member and kind of being able to look at what those resources are in each step of the way, which I think can be really helpful.
Okay. I appreciate that, Jess. And we're always looking for feedback.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will make these available from our website. I'll just to you and to you, Dr. Nanthakumar, I will send the links to you so you can take a look at them. And because again, we're updating this and we'll just provide it all out there. But my big thing is, for what it's worth, oops, wrong item, is if you have any ideas or suggestions or feedback pertaining to the scoring, that would always be a great thing for us. Because currently, the spreadsheets for the rubric are just view only. And it's because in my opinion, it's still very much in a draft. And in order to make it usable for faculty, I'd want to at least have some feedback and then let some faculty, it's whoever would like to go ahead and use it, or request a full course review from us. And so we can see how that works. I've done a few reviews and I really haven't received any feedback, even though I've asked for it. So just some things to think about. That's all.
Okay, great. Yeah, if you share it, I can take a look more closely too.
I plan to throw it Sandy's way as well, because we know Sandy will.
Right.
Great. She will give us great feedback.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you.